Welcome everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are at season number 5 of the Retro Glory Hunter 2007-2008 database, and we are into our second season as Liverpool manager. Obviously we took the job last season and we tested the waters, is what I'd call it. We did okay for the first season, domestically finishing 3rd in the league. A little bit behind Arsenal, a little bit behind Man United. It wasn't ideal, but it was a good foundation and a good building block. And I had plenty of money to spend, so I managed to tweak the squad to the way I wanted to do it. And I've also brought the gang back together. I'm so excited. Can't wait for this. Right, let's go jumping straight into it. So transfer-wise, as you can see, I've still got a massive budget. I got given a lot of money to spend. And I spent it, honestly I did, but not massively, because I sold a lot of players as well. So if I go back to the start and go before the tick over, so if I put the dates in the right order, so there were 3 players that I bought in. I covered it very briefly on the previous video that I was looking at Bobby Firmino. I pulled the trigger on him in January, so I've brought Bobby Firmino back into the club. I've got 2 of the 3 most successful strikers that have been at the club in most recent history. Mane and Firmino up front. Absolutely perfect. But I decided as well that the likes of Carragher, he's 34 now, physically he's going to start dropping off, not playing as much. I wanted a centre-back that I knew was going to be commanding, has plenty of longevity in him, and basically who else is going to be an absolute beast of a centre-back on the game at this point in time? Well, again, I've gone for Vincent Kompany from my old club, Atletico Madrid. He was there, he got played by me, and he played a bit last season, but not as much. As you can see, he only made 8 starts, whereas for me, he made 23. So, and 38 there. So he played a lot of games, but then who went in to replace me? Marcello Lippi. So Marcello Lippi came in and replaced me and didn't really play Vincent Kompany. So for 15 million, buying one of Man City's real life stalwart centre-backs who, if I remember rightly, actually cost Liverpool a league title with a thunderous 35-yard strike into the top corner. But he's in our Liverpool side and he's played 3 games, or sorry, 4 with 1 sub appearance and 1 goal already. Really good average rating. Very happy with that. Abdoulaye Doucouré I bought from Rennes, 18 years old. He's not a regen, he's a real player, and he's absolutely phenomenal, and he's got 5-star potential ability. And there is a reason why I did bring him in, and I'll show you on the sales in a second. So if we have a look at the before the tick over job, Suso went out on loan, Scott Carson got sold to Newcastle for 6 million, and Tom Ince got sold to Sunderland because he's never going to make it there. But when we go back over, I'll come to this in a second, I did sell 116 million pounds worth of players. That's a lot. A lot of them went out on loan, but the big ones were Mascherano went to Barcelona, the irony, and Mohamed Sissoko went to Real Madrid. So that's 2 defensive midfielders I kind of had to let go because they weren't getting the game time. Well, Mascher was, but Barcelona coming in, he wanted to leave. That's absolutely fine. Sissoko wasn't getting the game time, so he went for 30 million. Dirk Cow going the wrong side of 30, so I decided to cash in. I got 21 million for him. Lucas Leiva, part of the Benfica loan deal, he went. John Warrington, never heard of him, I think he's just a regen player, went to Man City. And just others going out for nominal fees. Mikel San Jose, who I believe actually died in real life, if I remember rightly. Maybe able to correct me in the comments on that one, but I believe he died in real life, sadly. And he went for 1.6 million. But I also did bring in another defender to go and partner up, hopefully, with Vincent Kompany. Oh, could you imagine that in real life? Prime Kompany and Prime Van Dijk as a centre-back partnership.
Wow. Nice.
Van Dijk from Bayern Munich. Okay, he's a lot quicker than that in real life. I think that's just a bit buggy, to be fair, but he is improving. But 20 years old, a Van Dijk for that price. That's a no-brainer. But I also needed another goalkeeper because Reina got injured at the start of the season. All I had was Dean Bouzanis. So I went for another one, Roman Berkey, who I believe is a real-life goalkeeper, but I've never really heard of him. And he's not bad, actually. He's got good anticipation and vision, good reflexes, okay aerial reach. Handling's not the best, so he's a bit more of a shot stopper than anything else. But he's very good. 20 years old, very good to fill in that gap. So that's the transfers done. Our squad is looking absolutely phenomenal for this season now. Going from the back, you got Reina, Bouzanis and Berkey. You've still got Lewis Sal, Daniel Agger, Virgil van Dijk, David Alaba and Carlos Diogo. Company, Fabrice Mwamba, I've been fending off bids left, right and centre, and he wants a new contract, which I believe I've just sorted out. Yes, he will sign. And he's absolutely phenomenal on this as well. Obviously, we've got the likes of Carragher, Risa Carvajal, Gerrard, Alonso, Michael Bolton, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Eduardo Salvio, who I highlighted last season. I'm keeping him with the squad to see how he gets on. Oscar, Paul Anderson, Arda Turan, Sadio Mane, Ryan Babel, Fernando Torres and Bobby Firmino. What a squad that is. Looking at the schedule, thus far has been brilliant. A 4-0 opening day win at Anfield, Merseyside derby, lovely. A 1-0 Super Cup win, so that's a bit of silverware again, beating Barcelona, albeit by an own goal. Man City beating them 1-0, West Brom 5-0 and Reading 2-0, and I think on today's day is the Spurs game. Not bad at all. Tactically as well, I have kept the shape the same, but I've tweaked a couple of the player roles to make sure it's just a little bit more secure, I think, more than anything else. But hopefully the players will be used to this system by now, and we're into our second season. I really don't want to stay here. Well, I'd love to stay at Liverpool for the rest of my life, obviously. But I don't want to stay here past 3 seasons in total. So ideally, I would like to win something this season, maybe one of the trophies domestically, and then build on that for the 3rd season and then move on. With any luck though, we win both and we get to move on. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to go and simulate it, and let's keep our fingers crossed. We're going to need it because we're still up against a very powerful Chelsea and a very powerful Man United side, and also actually an Arsenal side. In fact, if we're going to have a look at this, Chelsea and United are my main rivals at the moment. If we have a look at their squad, we'll see why. So they still have John Terry, David Luiz, Carvalho, Essien. Wayne Bridge is still there, still fighting out with John Terry maybe. Samir Nasri, weirdly, is at Chelsea. Lampard is still there. Joe Cole. Who have they got up front? Flora Malouda. They've got Tevez there, Drogba, Kardec and Shevchenko. That's a tough side, with Avram Grant still in charge. Man United, on the other hand, they have Ederson. In some weird, twisted sort of alternate reality, Ederson is actually a Man United, not Man City. That has to be, Brazilian Ederson, 18 years old as well. But yeah, Julian Foba, Nemanja Vidic, Neville, Ferdinand, Evra. Oh, they got Jonathan de Guzman. They got Yaya Toure. Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Sobis, Wayne Rooney, Alvaro Morata. Okay, so we have some very, very tough teams. But let's go and simulate this season. Fingers crossed, we have a successful one. I'll see you in a few seconds. Well, what a season this has been. After scoring early season 4-0 and 5-0 wins versus Everton and West Brom, we continued that fine form on all fronts. A 2-0 win versus Chelsea, a 2-0 win versus Aston Villa, and a 4-0 smashing versus Arsenal in the league set us on our way for a title charge this season. In Europe, however, a 7-0 win versus Pogon, a 9-0 win versus Young Boys, and a 3-0 win versus Celtic helped us qualify for the next round, albeit through the knockout qualifiers. Domestically, we got all the way to the final of the League Cup for another Merseyside derby, only to lose it on penalties. That result gave us the motivation for the rest of the season, battering Man United 5-0, Darlington 6-0, and Man City 3-0 in the FA Cup to take us to an FA Cup final showdown versus Arsenal. League results went our way as well. A 5-0 hammering of Southampton, a 4-0 battering of Villa, and a 2-1 win versus Spurs, and finally, against our title rivals, a 2-0 win versus Chelsea led us all the way to the top of the Premier League to win the title this season. But that's not all. Knocking Newcastle out 5-3 on aggregate, Porto 4-1 on aggregate, Valencia 3-2, and battering the royalty of Europe, Real Madrid 6-2 on aggregate in the Champions League, launched us into a titanic final showdown versus peak Lionel Messi's Barcelona. Will the season end in total domination, or will it fall at the final hurdle? Come on, there we have it, folks. There we have it. Premier League champions for Liverpool in the second season of asking. Oh, love it. 6 points ahead of Chelsea. 60. Well, let's go and have a quick look at this then. Plus 64 goal difference. Only conceded 21 all season. Only lost 3 games all in all. All of them away from home, and only 2 of them 1-0 losses. I'm very happy with that. 8 draws. Only 1 of them at home to Man United. I'll take that, and the rest of them away from home. Could be a little bit better, but at the end of the day, it hasn't really cost us anything. Premier League champions. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy with that. Steven Gerrard, our top scorer, by the way, and our highest average rating, and our highest assister. He also got a red card in between that, along with Carragher and Diogo, but I do have the tackling set to harder. Best pass completion, Daniel Agger, and most man of the match is Steven Gerrard. So I'm guessing Gerrard is our main player of the season. We'll go into the squad side of things in a second. But yeah, Premier League champions, that is that one done. Ticked off the list. But we do have an FA Cup final and a Champions League final to reveal the results on. How did we get on with that? Oh my word, it was almost a clean sweep. It was almost a clean sweep of a season. FA Cup and Champions League winners on both. And the fact that we lost the League Cup final to Everton on penalties, it would have been clean sweep. It would have been silverware all around. Oh, I can't be upset at that, because, as I say, we beat Arsenal 3-2 in the final, which, if we have a quick look at it, Babel, Luisao started, okay, and they only scored their last. Ooh, they made it hairy towards the end of the season, to the end of the game, even. Sorry, 2 very late goals made it a little bit uncomfortable for us, but by the looks of it, I think we just edged it on that. But Champions League, on the other hand, wow. I was not expecting a Champions League run like that at all this season. As I say, before the simulation, I was hoping that I'd at least get the FA Cup, or maybe the league, one or the other. I was not expecting a double. I certainly wasn't expecting a treble, but that is absolutely outstanding. Daniel Agger with a double, Fernando Torres with a goal. Oh, things you love to see. That is absolutely outstanding. But that also means I've got to move on. But before we do that, let's go and have a little look at a few other bits and pieces. So financially, I'm going to be leaving Liverpool with 255 million in the bank balance and a 137 million pound transfer budget, with an incredibly good wage budget. $500,000 on the wage budget. Squad wise, let's go and have a look. So, goals, Gerrard, 49. Don't think he missed a game. He got suspended probably for 1 game for that red card. but he played 60 matches this season, 31 goals, 19 assists. He has to have won something. Milestones, let's have a look. Best 11, English Footballer Player of the Year, deservedly so. Premier League Champions, top goal scorer, Players Player of the Year, Footballer of the Year. Yeah, he's played the blinder. Steven Gerrard, if you're playing this retro, or anybody who's playing this retro database as Liverpool, Steven Gerrard is the perfect shadow striker. Ryan Babel, 21 goals, 6 assists, 54 starts. That's really good as well. He's a good player on here. Just didn't really do a lot in real life. 19 goals from Torres, 9 assists, 18 and 15 from Turan, 17 and 8 from Firmino, only 18 starts. That's incredible. I know I saw in the schedule somewhere he did actually bang in a couple of hat-tricks this season as well. Oscar got 10 goals, 9 assists, 12 assists and 8 from Sadio Mane, who is looking disgusting. Ugh. And just a lot of other contributions. 13 assists from Alonso, 10 from Risa, 15 from Diogo. What an absolute baller of a squad this is. I'd say tactically, nothing's changed on there. The squad is absolutely belting. I suppose the only thing left to do now is let's go and have a quick look at the job centre. Because I believe at this point in time as well, before we have a look at the job centre, if we have a look at this, yes, it's the Euros this year. So there may be a case for not looking for jobs at the moment and just wait until the Euros is over, because if we have a look at the manager positions at the moment, I'm going to refilter that and take off all these ones that I don't need. England I don't need anymore, France, Germany, Greece no, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal I don't need, Scotland and Turkey, so they're all out. These are the options I've got: Udinese, Lecce, Empoli, Cesena, Gymnastique and Hercules. That is it. Not great options. So it will be a case of I'm going to have to go and resign, which I'm going to do now. Boom. Oh dear, they're asking me to stay. No intention of changing my mind. Thank you very much. There we go. Resign from the Liverpool job. Where will I end up next? That is the big question. Not many jobs on the horizon. I'm going to have to wait until the Euros is over and done with, and then I'm going to see what comes up. Hopefully, some merry-go-round will happen with some other jobs. But that's for the next episode. There we have it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with this content and much, much more that's coming out, especially for 2025. Got some big plans ahead. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.